Hello and welcome to day one of Vlogmas. I'll start with a little introduction in case anyone is new to my channel and coming across just as part of Vlogmas. I am Helen. I am the dyer behind Giddy Yarns and I'm also the host of the Giddy Knits podcast here on YouTube. I'm coming to you from Dundee in Scotland, where I live with my husband Tom and my two boys, Arthur, who is 8, and Jasper, who is 5. They will feature throughout Vlogmas because it tends to be a bit more of a family affair than the podcast and some of my other daily vlogs. This vlog will mostly be daily vlogs kind of throughout December in the lead up to Christmas, because that's what Vlogmas is. Can you tell that I'm completely underprepared as always? So basically, I will be sharing lots and lots of crafting content, some behind the scenes stuff to do with my dyeing business, family stuff, what we get up to, festive preparations, maybe a bit of baking and festive crafting, and yeah, all of that kind of stuff. I'm not really sure, but we'll see as the month goes on, I guess. What else was I going to say? Joke of the day will be making a return. The popular joke of the day that you all enjoyed so much last year, and we enjoyed so much last year, will definitely be making a return this year. And we're looking forward to it. I have got a whole host of jokes lined up. They won't all be festive ones this year because I think we may have exhausted our repertoire of festive jokes. But there's definitely some good ones in there and some terrible ones in there. But what would jokes be without terrible jokes? Advent calendars. I need to open my advent calendars. Our advent dresser, I don't know if you can just see in the background there. Oh, I can't turn the camera the right way. I will show you properly shortly. Our advent dresser is all set up and ready to go with a mixture of advent calendars on it this year. I've got a few yarny ones. We've got the boys' book advent calendar and they've got their chocolate advent calendars as well. We've got a tea advent calendar from Bird and Blend, which is joint between Tom and me, because this year you get 2 tea bags in each day, so we can share it, which is really nice. And then I also made Tom a D&D inspired advent calendar, because as you get to know us more through Vlogmas, if you are new to my channel, you'll understand, or you'll come to know, or something along those lines, words failing me, that both me and my husband Tom are quite big fans of Dungeons and Dragons, and we play a couple of games a week, at least, some weeks more. Yeah, there's a few. So I put together a Dungeons and Dragons inspired advent calendar for Tom, which he found out about this morning, and I think he was quite excited about it actually, which was good fun. Right, I need to open some advent calendars. Do you want to join me? So here is our advent dresser, all ready for December. As I said, I've got a few advent calendars. Yarny advent calendars this year. So I've got one from Henny Penny Makes, Erin. We do a swap every year. So she had one of my advent calendars and I've got one of hers. I've also got a very nerdy advent calendar from Laura at Bumbling Yarns. That was one that I purchased. I've got my swap advent calendar that I did through the Lay Family Yarn. Kelly runs an advent swap every year where you get paired up with somebody and you each swap 5-gram minis and scraps basically from your stash. So that's living in there. And then I've also got, on the topic of D&D, I have got an advent calendar from Hannah at Corner of Craft and her Chromatic Yarns advent calendar, which is a Dungeons and Dragons inspired advent calendar, which at the moment I've just popped into that Christmas box. Again, this was another one that I purchased. And then we've also got, as I mentioned, a Bird and Blend advent calendar, which is living up there. The elves made a return. Jingle and Jangle came back last night. The boys were very excited this morning when they spotted them. And we do have 2 paper advent calendars, or card advent calendars, which I think we got last year. And they're fantastic. I love them so much. So this one here is a Christmas house, and throughout the month you add little bits and pieces to the house. So this morning's was a drum. And then we've also got a little woodland scene that you build up through the month. So today's was a goose. Yeah, so that I think is all the advent calendar bits and pieces. So now I'm going to actually open my Yarny advent calendars and see what I've got. I won't go into as much detail with my advent calendars every day. In fact, I'll change up the way I share my advent calendars with you each day so that it doesn't get too boring. But I know a lot of you are big Yarny fans like me and are just as excited about seeing the advent calendars as I am. So yeah, it's the 1st of December. I want to share them all in detail and do the makers justice as well. So the first advent calendar is this one here. So this was from the Very Nerdy Advent Calendar by Bumbling Yarns, and the colourway inspiration is roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads, which is a Back to the Future quote. So that is really cute. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this, but I am planning a Bumbling Yarns blanket with some of the other yarns I've had from her throughout the year. So I'm wondering if I might actually just save all of Laura's minis aside and create put them in the blanket that I'm going to do. And I also got some little sweets as well. And then Erin's advent calendar, the Henny Penny Makes one, is based on kind of traditional Christmas things this year. So the first colourway is Queen's Speech and is inspired by the Queen's speech. Isn't that gorgeous? And you get a little information card with details about the Queen's speech as well, which is really, really fun. And I got a nice tea bag too. And then the D&D advent calendar from Chromatic Yarns. This is the first colourway, and the colourway is called, was it Magic Aura? See, I looked it up a second ago and I've already forgotten. I got distracted. Magic Aura. Isn't that gorgeous? I've got this on her BFL sock base. And I'm not 100% sure. Again, I don't quite know what I'm going to make. But it is gorgeous. So I will have to see as the day goes on, as the month goes on. And then I also got a dice. A D4. Isn't that gorgeous? That's quite exciting. I'm wondering if there's going to be more little bits like that throughout the advent calendar. I will have to show you my dice collection later in the month. But isn't that beautiful? And then finally, my little swap package. There were all kinds of little goodies in here. I've got a little 5-gram mini, all balled up and ready to go, which is fantastic. And then I've got 3 little chocolates and a little progress keeper. So, good start to the Advent season. right height for this new camera. Everywhere I go, it's either a little bit too high or a little bit too low, and I just can't quite get the right height. Anyway, that'll have to do. I'm in the garage quickly because this is my workspace, in case you've not been in here before. It's a mess. It's also freezing cold at the moment because it's winter, and it's a garage and it doesn't have any insulation. But it's better than the old garage at the old house, so I really shouldn't complain. What am I doing? I've just done a bit of warping. I've got a self-striping update coming, well, it was supposed to be Friday the 10th of December, but I'm pushing it back by half a week, so it's going to be the Wednesday after. I can't think of the date. I think it's the 15th, Wednesday the 15th. I just need to be kind to myself and give myself a bit of extra time. October, November were chaotic for me, and actually the very end of November's also been chaotic, with 12 days boxes, treat boxes and Minis Club all going out at very much the same time. So I'm trying to be kind to myself, and I've pushed the self-striping update just to give myself a little bit of extra time for it. So yeah, Wednesday the 15th. God, it really is freezing in here. So I've done a bit of warping. I'm nearly there with the warping, and I'm going to start dyeing it up next week. So I'll share some of that with you. I am off to the Lay Family Yarn Retreat this weekend at Kelly's studio/shop thing. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, there's a whole group of us, and it'll be quite amusing because if you're watching a number of Vlogmases, I'm going with a group of friends who we're all staying in the same little Airbnb together. So there is Sharon from the SCR1 TNO Knitting Project podcast. I got it right for once, Sharon. She's doing Vlogmas. There is also Sophie from A Spring Snowflake on YouTube, and she is doing Vlogmas. There is also Laura of A Lonely Knitter, Bumbling Yarns, but she's the Lonely Knitter podcast on YouTube as well. I'm pretty sure she's going to be doing Vlogmas too. So there are 4 of us doing Vlogmas, and then there's also Georgie, who is the dyer behind Fiberfox, who I've not actually met in person before, so that's going to be really exciting. I think that's all of us. I think there were 6 of us. Anyway, I think that's everybody. And then there'll also be other people who I don't know who yet, but we'll find out when we get there. So that's going to be really fun. But in order to be able to still post videos for Vlogmas and get videos up and uploaded over the weekend while I'm away, my plan is to pre-record a few videos for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the video that goes up on Monday will be a video of the whole weekend of the retreat. I'll share some bits and pieces, and yeah, I'll have that's the way I'm going to do it, just to make my life easier while I'm away. So my job this afternoon, now that I've got the warping done, my job this afternoon is to get some videos pre-recorded. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to get out of this freezing cold garage. We are hoping to get it converted, but obviously that involves funds, and we've had quotes, so we know how much it's going to cost. We just now need to save the money in order to be able to afford to get it converted, so that it isn't freezing cold. Right, pre-recording videos. I need to go do that. I have escaped upstairs for 10 minutes, hopefully, because the children are driving me completely potty. They are very overexcited. I think the whole beginning of Advent thing is crazy. We've also put the Christmas tree up this afternoon. I'm going to record putting the Christmas tree up and a little Christmas decorations tour as a video for tomorrow, just to kind of get myself ahead, and I'm going to explain all of this in the video tomorrow, so you'll hear it twice. But anyway, but yeah, chaos. Does anybody else find putting the Christmas tree up really stressful? I love having the Christmas tree up. I love the decorations. I love having it there. but the actual process of putting it up, I just find it so stressful. The kids argue and they fight over who gets to do which decorations. They keep going for the delicate decorations despite us saying to them, just be careful with those, don't touch those, but they don't listen because they're excited. Anyway, it's done, it's up, it's sorted, and that is it. I am just, as I said, taking 10 minutes to kind of come upstairs. I am caking up my yarn for the mystery gnome, the Advent mystery gnome. I've gone for quite bold colours. So I've gone for these two minis. So a kind of dark purple and a dark tealy green. And then also this lime green mini as well. And then I'm going to go for a light grey, I think, for the whatever colour goes for the beard colour. I've not dug that out yet, but I'm bound to have light grey in my scraps somewhere. But I'm going to cake up these. These are all my mini skeins. And actually, similar to the previous gnome I knit, these are all actually mini skeins that are contrast heels and toes for various sock sets. That one goes with sea urchin, that one goes with woodlands, and that one goes with shipwreck. So I just had them. I had them ready and easily accessible, so I thought I would go with them. So I'm going to cake those up. But because I've come upstairs to hide on my own, that means that I get to do joke of the day. Why can't penguins play football? Because they've got snow balls. I love a bad joke. Thank you very, very much for watching Christmas Vlogmas day 1. Tom and I are off Christmas shopping tomorrow, so we will take you along with that. Although tomorrow's video will be us decorating the Christmas tree, it's going to be a bit higgledy-piggledy for the first few days. Apologies for that. But yeah, with me going away the first weekend of Vlogmas, I'm just having to kind of make my way around some videos. But once I get back from the retreat, it'll all make sense. It'll be chronological. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye.